Okay, so in the last video, we were taking a look at this thesis and explaining why communities will thrive. They will not die if shops close. And now I'm going to talk about community centers in my first paragraph. So community centers are government-funded places. Wait, stop right there. Why have I mentioned that they're government-funded? Because they have nothing to do with spending money in shops. They have nothing to do with money from shops. They come from the government. So community centers, money comes from the government, communities won't die. And I'm going to show why. I'm going to show the reasons why those community centers will replace what was happening in the shops. See, that's the key. So the question's kind of saying the communities will die because nothing will happen in the shops. And I'm saying there's a community center and those same things will happen in the community center. So community centers are government-funded places where local people can meet and discuss local issues. Here we go, that's what was happening in the shops. These are completely independent from shops. This is extending, okay? So presents, I've presented community centers once, I've presented community centers twice. This is what happens, right? Extends is explaining what happens in these meetings, okay? These are completely independent from shops. So whether or not small shops close, the local community will still have a place to meet. So there's no dying of local communities. There's a place to meet. They can discuss things. Further, so again, this is extends and supports. So we're extending further. Further, conversations that may have taken place in shops. And you notice I said may have, because the reason I said may have taken there is because they also may have taken place in community centers. They also may have taken place in parks. They also may have taken place in many different places, right? It's just opening up this idea of shops don't mean communities will die, right? So they may have taken place in shops between local people, can, after the shops close, take place in the local community center. So this is point counterpoint. Point counterpoint goes in the middle of the paragraph, not in the beginning. And also in the point where it's true that conversations took place in shops, that's true, but they may have taken place there. So I'm making doubt towards this idea of they will die, right? So that's the point. On the other side, they will say, oh, communities will die because people have conversations in shops. And I would say, no, they won't, because those conversations also take place in other places. Okay? These conversations keep local people engaged with each other and help the community thrive. Again, this word thrive, I should change it really. But point being, at the end of the paragraph, thrive is important because it's the opposite of the question statement. The question statement was local communities will die. And I'm saying they won't die. They will thrive. It's the opposite. So by ending the paragraph with the opposite, I'm supporting my thesis statement and answering the question fully. So not just, oh, no, they won't die. It's, they won't die, and here is me explaining why they will keep going up. Quite the opposite of die. I'm saying, no, they won't die. They're going to go up. They're going to grow. Okay? So fully extended means I explain step by step, slowly, how my thesis works. My thesis is they will not die. Why, where, when, who, what, how of the thesis is explained. We know exactly why communities will keep going. Okay? Good, so I will continue this video in the next